Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Troy Lambert, the education lead with Plottr, and with me is CJ Anaya. Tonight, we're doing a plot on the spot, and we're going to create a sizzling summer romance. But we will give you guys a few minutes to find us. We're hoping we had some technical difficulties, so our other stream that we had set up did not work. So hang on, bear with us just a second as we figure this out. I'm going to have to try to send. I'm going to try to send this link to our tech guys, so hopefully we can. Hopefully we can get some of you over to this version. So hang on, just bear with us for just 1 minute, and we will hopefully get this fixed. If you did find us, hey, say hello in the comments so that we know that you're with us, and we can go ahead and get started. And in the meantime, we'll just explain a couple things about Plot on the Spot and how it works. And hopefully we'll see a few of you here in a moment. We'll wait for that. But if you do find us, please do comment and let us know that you're there. If not, CJ and I will just have a great time this evening creating our own sizzling summer romance with no help from the audience. Or maybe we'll start, I don't know. Maybe we'll
figure out a few writing prompts, a few ideas.
Yeah, it's terrible to say that we'll start a sizzling summer romance without you, but that's just, that might just be the way that it goes. So anyway, thank you all for being with us. If you're watching this later because you missed the first part of it, thanks for joining us. Thanks for jumping in and watching what we're doing. First of all, let's explain a little bit about what Plot on the Spot is. CJ, tell us a little bit about it and what we usually do here.
Okay, so what we like to do here is we like to show you guys how you don't have to have a ton of experience or really complicate the matter when it comes to plotting stories. And really when it comes to plotting certain events, because you can quite literally put big ideas and smaller ideas up here and go along as you want to within Plottr, and just have a really nice, fun framework that you can then utilize later. So what we like to do is we like to showcase this by doing a plot on the spot where we're literally plotting in real time, but we're using you guys and your ideas to plot with us. So we're all plotting a delightful book together, this time a sizzling, steamy romance. Even though it's going to be steamy, we still have to keep it PG. You can do those steamy details later all on your own if you want to. So that's what we're going to do this time. And what we want from the audience is some participation in the form of, what are your big fun ideas when it comes to, oh my goodness, what's the premise of this book? What are other ideas when it comes to characters and scenes and all sorts of stuff? So we're literally plotting this based on your feedback, and we hope that you will participate as much as possible. It's just this time we're not sure if everybody found us, so it could be maybe one or two people plotting with us.
People are finding us.
Oh, good,
Angela
yay!
fortunately posted the new link over in the old video.
Yay!
Chat. So that is fabulous, and I think Troy Benton posted it in our Mighty Networks. So thank you, all of you guys who are following us over here. We appreciate that. Fantastic. Or someone posted the new link. Oh, Angela didn't. Well, I thanked you anyway. Thanks for being here anyway.
Holly did. Yay,
Holly. Holly did. All right. Yay, Holly. Yay, yay, yay. All right. Fantastic, everybody. Well, welcome. Again, we're going to plot a steamy summer romance, although we are going to try to keep it safe for work because we're on YouTube Live and Troy could easily get in trouble. So to give you guys a little bit of background on us and why you should listen to us when it comes to writing romance. First of all, I started as a romance editor years ago for a pretty big publisher. And I edited lots of romance, and I've actually written some romance too. I've written a steamy romance. It is under my name. You may search it. You may find it. You may read it if you would like. but you then cannot come up to me at conferences after you've read it and say, "Oh, really?" Because then we can't be friends. So, CJ, tell them about your romance background before we get going.
Okay, so I do have yay for romance background. I mean, surprisingly, or not surprisingly, I shouldn't be surprised because Troy writes quite a bit and diversely. Troy also has a background in romance, but we'll start with me first on that one. I've got 15 books published, all within romance sub niches. So we've got steamy sci-fi romance, and then appropriate teen and young adult, more sweet romantic fantasy, and then I've got my adult romantic comedies that are of the sweet variety as well. So don't ask me why I did that. I just like to change up steam levels apparently and have multiple pen names because I want to complicate things in my life. So there you go. There you go.
There we have it. All right. So what we're going to do first is first of all, we need to, because we're writing a steamy romance, we're not writing erotica. Okay. And the difference between steamy romance and erotica is that steamy romance has a story. So we want a story, right? We want a story. And all right, Payson gets it. I like that shifting steam level.
That's
Yep,
right.
for sure. Some of us have done a variety of writing things in our careers as well. And like I say, you can go read mine if you want to. You just have to be nice to me after you read it. But anyway, okay. So the first thing we kind of have to do is we have to kind of decide about the story, because regardless of whether there's going to be steamy sex in it or not, really the book is still about the story and still about characters. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to move over to the characters tab, and we're going to talk about our two main characters first. So what we're looking for, let's see if I can talk tonight. What we're looking for first is input from you guys about characters. So the first thing is we need a female character name. Now this should be one that's appropriate for steamy romance. That kind of says steamy romance, but doesn't say it really loud. You know what I'm saying? Like we just kind of, again, keep things safe for work. But so throw some names. Those of you that are listening, throw some names in the chat of some possible steamy romance female names. We're going to start with the female protagonist at the moment. So, okay, let's see. I'm not sure.
Dimitri
what that
gave
means.
us code. Oh, Sloan.
Oh, Sloan. Sloan. Okay. I was going to say, just a second there. Is that her number? What's going on here? All right. So Sloan, Cleary. All right. Lola.
Lola. That's fun to say.
Lola sounds kind of sensual. Yeah, the code is funny. We could use Lacey. Okay, Lacey. I don't know. What do you think, CJ? I'm going to let you pick this time. You pick the female protagonist name from what we've been offered here.
As much as I love Sloan, it sounds like a amateur sleuth detective type of name for a girl, which I'm now going to steal. Thank you, Dimitri. Appreciate that. Let's do. I really like Lola. I do. I like it a lot. Her name
I like Lola too. I kind of like. Yes, I kind of like Lacey, but Lola just kind of fits. Okay, so this is our main female protagonist. For those of you who haven't seen one of these before, there might be typos. There might be all kinds of things going on. In fact, I just saw a typo. But anyway, I think I just fixed it.
I'll periodically break out into song. Troy might be a tap dance. You just don't know.
There's all kinds of stuff that happens here. So, but you're seeing us create something on the spot exactly how it's happening. Okay. Ooh, I like the name Frankie too, but now Brooke. Oh, I like that. No, we're going to go for Lola. All right. Anyway. All right. I can't keep changing my mind. Maybe we'll add a Brooke or a Frankie or something like that further on in the story when we add other characters, which we probably will end up doing. But next, let's add in the male protagonist. So what's the name for our male protagonist? Somebody shoot me with something. I love how it takes you guys a minute to think of it. We could use Frankie, but
I was just gonna say that, but I kind of like that as a bestie name, you know?
yeah, that's
Would be
kind
a
of a
nice
good bestie name.
bestie name. Ooh, Cold
Stone.
Stone Crew. Dang. Payson and
Ooh,
Gala for the win there.
Cameron. We aren't going to use the name Cameron for a very specific reason. That's already a character name in a book that CJ and I are writing together, which we'll tell you about as we go forward.
We will.
Steve, Dylan, though sounds a little YA, doesn't
It
it?
does.
Is that, or is that
It
just
does
me?
sound teen
That's just
heartthrob
me.
all the way. Yes.
All right. I'm thinking Stone. Anybody else got any objections to Stone?
I'm liking
If you
it.
do, too bad. We're going to use it anyway. Okay. Stone. So again, watch, we're categorizing these people as our main character. We really could do them as romantic interest. We could call this our main male protagonist. Although one of them might be an antagonist, we could have an H1 and an H2, similar to Romancing the Beat, but we really haven't gotten that far yet. We haven't decided that much, right? And
Right.
Stone and Lola sitting in a tree. That'd be a great title, which brings us to our next thing. Well, first of all, before we get to title, let's talk about what this book is about. So, steamy romance can come in a variety of flavors. Okay, flavors. That's okay. Sorry about that. I did it already. This is my fault. Okay, steamy romance comes in a variety of genres. The one that I happened to write was a murder mystery, steamy romance. So let's talk genre. So steamy romance is our overall genre, but what genre is the story that drives this steamy romance? Anybody got any ideas?
I'm going to throw out some options.
I'm just going to show this on the screen and not comment. I'm just okay. Just gonna.
You've got dark mafia, so dark steamy romance. You've got motorcycle romance. You've got paranormal steamy romance. Sci-fi romance is always steamy, although I think there are a few less steamier sci-fis.
Yeah.
Later
Something
in life.
about
But
space.
of course, we've got this beach read. We are doing summer, but that doesn't mean that it can't encompass different elements within the, if that makes sense, guys. Because summer just means we're doing it in the summer. You know? So what do you guys think?
Small town. There's a lot of votes for small town. A lot of votes for small town.
I like it.
Yeah, let's just say small town. We're going to call it a small town. But let's talk about what happens in the small town. What causes the conflict in this particular story? Besides just small town. Is it dark small town? Does bad stuff happen? Or is it kind of a light? I like what you were sleeping. While you were sleeping, I know, but anyway.
Yeah, small beach town.
Small beach town. Yeah, small beach town. A caregiver he needs for his mom. That's it. That's one. So yeah, we're getting a lot of votes for kind of light. So let's just make some notes here. We're gonna do. It's gonna be small town light. Actually, let me call this theme discussion. Okay. Small town. We got light, not dark. Okay. And what are some other ideas that you guys have? Some suspense. So what causes the suspense, Jennifer? I like that idea. Some suspense. So what's going to cause that suspense? What's going to bring that suspense into this story? What kind of conflicts are going to happen? Because we can start moving into that planning phase really quick. But first, we should probably look at, let's look real carefully at our characters, back at our characters again. And we're also, let me just add a place here. And we're going to say the beach is going to be a place. And we'll add the name of the small town in a minute. But first, let's go back to our protagonist. Let's look at something. Now, I want to look at some attributes for these characters. And I've got some thoughts for this. But the first thing I want to know is what their core desire is. What do they want going into this story? And what is their core fear? Or what are they afraid of? Okay. So let's look at that for each character. So what does Lola want? besides some good sex. I mean, come on, let's just, we know that it's a sizzling romance. We got to have that. But what does she want? What does she really want? Does she want a relationship? Does she want closeness? Is she looking for a life partner? What's she after here? You tell us.
A
A job moving back home? Yeah, I kind of like that. Something's threatening her ice cream shop. I actually like that idea too. Maybe it's a chain is opening and threatening her ice cream shop. But then, so what is she basically wants to keep her way of making a living? That's kind of what these things have in common. Getting out of a bad relationship, desperate for the fairy tale romance, but always disappointed. That's pretty dang good. But I love the ice cream shop idea too. So core desire is she wants a partner and true love. And core fear is losing her way of making a living, threat to her ice cream shop. Okay, we got that. Now, let's move on to Stone. What does Stone want? What is his core desire? Let's talk about that for a second. Ice cream and, butter and cream fudge. Yeah, just open it after a terrible separation. I like that. What's that?
I said, now I'm just hungry.
I know. Now I want ice cream. Hey, they didn't say a brownie store, so you should be all right.
It should be.
After a bad separation. While we're waiting for you guys to come up with stuff for Stone, I'm just going to add a little stuff to Lola just to flesh her out just a little bit. We don't have a lot of stuff. And I like that, actually, Dimitri, his mom to be taken care of. At least her brownie a la mode. Come on now. I told you we had to keep this safe for work.
That's right.
Anyway. Oh, man. So, yeah, he wants his mom to be taken care of. Maybe he wants to keep the town safe.
He's the hot sheriff. I'm a fan.
Hot sheriff.
I'm a fan.
God. All right. I think the hot sheriff, somehow there seemed to be a lot of winning here going on with some kind of keeping the town and people safe. He's the hot sheriff. All right. What is he afraid of? What's he afraid of? Oh, the hot sheriff needs some ice cream. All right, you guys aren't wrong. All right, but the hot sheriff's got to be afraid of something. What's he afraid of? What's going to cause some conflict in this story? Is he afraid of the person that's threatening the ice cream shop, or what's going on? Oh, he's afraid of love. Of course, Angela. Of course. Why would we think it was anything else? Afraid of love and relationships. Oh, yeah, letting romance in. Okay, I like you. You guys are getting the idea here. Romance in, love, fear of commitment, maybe. Relationship. Okay, cool. We got some stuff going on here. Okay, got a couple characters, got some stuff going on, but we are going to need another character because who can think of what we're going to need right away for another character? Oh, he's afraid of failing the town. Yeah, that is another part of the fear as well, too. I love that. Maybe he's divorced and his ex was terrible. Now, what would it be like? We need another character. We need the antagonist. Who's the bad guy? We need a villain, right? Yeah. So the ex is the threat to the ice cream shop. That's exactly what I was thinking, Angela. You're reading my mind. This is awesome. So this is, what is his ex's name? Are we going to go with one of another? runs the coffee shop next door, maybe. He's stalking her. I was thinking maybe that the sheriff's ex is the one that's the threat to the ice cream shop. What do you guys think about that? What do you think, CJ?
Because she is trying to get him back, her ex-husband
Yeah.
back. So she's going after the girl that he's kind of got his eye
we'll just say sweet on.
on.
Sorry.
I see what you
Yeah.
did there.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Cheryl, Hilda, who else are we what other names are we gonna put in? Let's just put in Cheryl. How about that? For the sake of time, we'll just put in Cheryl. We could have used Karen, but this is and I hate other for a category, so I'm gonna go fix these categories because this is the antagonist. This is the troublemaker. Okay, all right. Antagonist is Cheryl. Oops, yeah. You see what happens? Typos right in front of you. Ex-wife, jealous, threat to shop. Her desire is she wants her relation and life back. And her core fear is he will move on. How about that? Does that work for everybody? Speeding up for time's sake. Okay. So we got characters. If she can't have him, no one can. We're getting into a stalking type romance trilogy thing. That's going to be kind of fun. All right. Anyway, hey, we're here for it. All right. What should the name of our book be? What should the name be? Oh, you see it right here. All kinds of mistakes here. We can't call it Sizzling Summer Romance. So what should the name of it be? Melted? Oh, she probably did cheat on the poor sheriff. You're absolutely right. She probably did, Payson. Went to an ice cream convention and got carried away. Oh, yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Awesome. Too many scoops to choose from. Too many flavors. I got it. I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys. All right. So, what's the name of our book?
Fire and Ice. Ooh, I like that.
I like the Fire and Ice. I do like the name Melted. Yeah, I came up with that one. Somebody else come up with one that's different. You got any, CJ? Throw some out there.
It's got to have something to do with ice cream. The one that I came up with in my head is completely inappropriate. I'll share it later, not live.
Oh. I came up with one of those too, but we just can't say that.
No.
Oh, she's an arsonist. There you go. Sugar cone. Sugar cone. That is safe,
I like that.
right? Pretty
I like
much.
that.
Pretty
sugar
much.
Cone.
All right, we're gonna call it Sugar Cone. That's our temporary title. Temporary title. All right. So now we're going to come up with some stuff. Now, the way we're going to start with this is we already started kind of with some big ideas, but we might put a few more here. And then we're going to have some small ideas.
I love Dimitri's. Did you see that? The last lick. Oh, that's
good. So close. So close to being safe for work. All right, I'm going to put a bunch of beats out here, and we're just going to put chapters out here, but we're going to call them beats instead because I feel like it. Or we could, never mind. We can't call them that. We are on YouTube Live. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. That sounds like a very spicy book. Yeah, you should use that for one of your titles. Oh, man, I'm telling you. This is trouble all over the place. Okay. He could be beaten. Oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, all right, let's talk about some big plot problems that could happen in this book, some main plot problems that could happen. Yeah. Oh, oh no, Payson. Oh no. Things are still recorded. Anyway, come this way to the dark side. You guys are absolutely terrible. Come on. All right. But I love it anyway. All right. So what could the inciting incident be? So, well, the ordinary world. So we're talking about a little bit, and we're going to talk about some things like that are involved in story structure, but we're not going to put a story structure on this yet. Most of you that have seen this before, you know why we're not going to do that. But what the ordinary world might be, some things with the ordinary world is she just opened the ice cream shop, maybe? Opened the shop and the sheriff comes to welcome, man, I'm slaughtering that. Welcome her. Oh my God. Can't spell sheriff. The sheriff comes to welcome her. What do we think of that? And we can tag a couple characters in here, obviously. We're going to tag Stone, Sheriff Stone, and Lola, right? So that's a good place to start. Is that good? That's a good start. You think we'd make this easy on you? Of course not.
I like that. And she said he's checking her license. That could, like, her business license, her ability, which could cause them to have a little bit of a spat or a, because she can't find it.
He's checking her license. Is there a busybody in the story? Oh,
there must.
Yeah, there probably has to be.
It's a small beach town. There must be a busybody. Must.
Okay, he's checking her business license. Some tension. Now, I mean, this is a steamy romance, so where would we get to the point where he asks her out? Will you do that soon? Or a gaggle of the. There's a busybody. We got to have a busybody. Yeah, the busybody is probably at the store next door is a neighbor or something like that. Mm-hmm. So they can peek in on her. I like that. In fact, we can add a busybody. Let's do that really quick. What's the name of the busybody? Karen? No? Too soon?
Too soon. When I think of busybodies, I love my great aunts, but they always dish the best gossip, and so I always think of my great aunts who just knew everything about everybody and never hesitated to tell you all about it. And
yeah. Sue, Millie Sue. Ooh, Millie Sue. I don't know. I like Millie Sue. I don't have any objection to that. Let's call her Millie Sue. We'll call her Sue as we go throughout the book. I mean, who knows how much, we still got an hour. So we're good, guys. As far as time wise, we got lots of ground to cover, but we got lots of time because we got a pretty good space for the story and we got some pretty good characters, right? So let's do this. I'm going to put titles up here. This is where he checks license because I liked Dimitri's idea too of things his daughter for ice cream. Okay. All right. Some other ideas.
I like this idea of Dimitri. Like, this looks like it could be the main conflict.
Oh, yeah.
One of not between the love interests necessarily, but, one of the issues that she's facing is that this real estate developer wants to buy up her property, and the ex-wife is pushing the real estate developer to do so because she doesn't like this woman and she wants her out before she, steals the sheriff back or steals the sheriff.
Yeah, not even a new boyfriend, but I like that. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I left that up there a long time. Okay, other ideas. Oh, what if the daughter asks her out for him? We're kind of getting into that. What was that show? Now I can't remember the name of it. I know this has been done more than once. I like that. She thinks her dad needs a date. I'm a sucker for single dads. Any single dads in the audience, just to let you know. We'll just put that Lori's comment up there too. I like that. But anyway, she thinks her dad needs a date. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so we'll have to come up with a name for the daughter if we're going to do that, but let's add that to our list of possibles, um, or just add it in here. Thinks her dad needs a date and asks Lola out. No, good grief. For I've been typing all day, so now typing is a struggle. So you guys get to witness that. That's great. Maybe the daughter is Frankie. Oh, oh, oh! You guys are good.
There you
Drawing
go.
already had. Okay, Frankie. This is Stone's daughter. I like that. Okay, we'll just call her a supporting character for right now. Eventually, I would change those. And you know what? I'm just going to put her as an antagonist. She is a not nice person. Okay. Anyway, all right. Excellent. Daughter is Frankie. Let's see. What's the ex-wife's profession? That can bring conflict too. I'm not sure. What is her profession? Let's think about that real quick. Anybody got ideas? Oh, she could be a lawyer working with the property developer. Ooh, that'd be kind of juicy. And maybe, see, now this is what's beautiful about this. Okay, Cheryl, and she's, I'll just add some notes here. She's a lawyer working with the developer. Okay, that adds some nice conflict and tension really quick. Okay, that is really great. Oh yeah, someone wrecks the freezer and the ice cream is melted. Oh, that would be interesting, right? That would be an interesting thing to have happen. So let's put that on our timeline. We might use it, we might not, but let's just add it.
Yeah. So different sabotage events.
Yeah, sabotage event. So freezer broken, ice cream ruined. And I'll just put other sabotage here because we might need some other. We might need some other sabotage events as we go, right? Maybe they want to build a big complex where the cute little ice cream store is, and Lola and Stone try to get the building landmarked. Ooh, that's a good one. And that's actually kind of in the big ideas. Try to get the building landmarked. Okay, that's good. That's a good solution, and that's a good way for them to work together. And maybe Millie Sue works in the clerk's office and messes with their application. I don't know if Millie Sue would mess with the application. I think Millie Sue would just gossip about it, maybe. I think she's more of the gossip busybody. Don't you?
Maybe because of her gossip, it will somehow mess up the landmark application because a clerk overhears, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. What's keeping Stone and Lola apart? That's a good question. What's keeping them apart? Maybe Millie Sue is his mom.
Awesome.
Is that, I mean, that's that absolutely terrible? Yeah, I like that something that she says is misconstrued. But I like what's keeping Stone and Lola apart. So let's talk about that really quick. I mean, if that would be bad, right? Oh yeah, mom doesn't want her little baby to be hurt again.
Yeah.
The mother-in-law angle. So, okay.
Mom's potential mother-in-law working next door constantly in Lola's business, constantly misreading situations, constantly reporting back to the sheriff. That could be fun.
Her boy to be happy. Her core fear is he will fall in love too fast and get hurt again. This is Town Busybody and Stone's mom. And so maybe the reason she messes with their application is because she's trying to get that gal out of there and protect her boy. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
That work. So paperwork is tampered with like that. I like that. So there's a ticking clock. We could also have the sabotage be kind of prank-like and kind of almost a little amateurish and childish, just in case Millie Sue's the one that did it, that did some of it. So
Yeah.
that would be interesting.
So
Okay.
some is more sophisticated while others are a little less planned. Although it would be interesting to have an inspector come in and temporarily close the ice cream shop down. How would that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Who would instigate that? The mother-in-law or the lawyer?
Temporary. This is where we could create some confusion here because, so this is going to be our subplot, which is messing with the ice cream. That's what we're going to call our subplot. And our main plot is, of course, going to be the romance. Okay. All right. I should put hot romance. Okay. Hot romance. Okay. Just like that. But temporary closure. Now, this might be the lawyer, Cheryl, but Millie, they suspect Millie.
I like it.
Since she's trying to mess with them. Okay. All right. So let's talk about some romance things. First of all, we got to have that first kiss, right? Like makeout thing. Maybe their first date. So we're going to talk about where that goes. Their first time. I'm not going to define what the first time for what. You can make your own conclusions.
Your own inferences.
You choose your own adventure. So yeah, cockroaches in product. Ooh, no, this is light. We don't want it gross. I don't want no cockroaches in my ice cream. Man.
You could put them in there though. That'd be great for the maybe a little less gross, but I can't think of anything less
ants. Gross. Ants? I don't know. Let's just say bugs in ice cream here. I'm gonna have to make some.
I was gonna say rats, but it's so cliche.
Well, especially by the beach.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Doesn't work. I mean, yeah. Ants, maybe? I know they have ants by the beach. I've invited them to my picnics before by having ice cream.
Ooh, I like this one. How about she's eating ice cream and he kisses her to taste it? This is a lovely scenario.
Oh,
that's a great scene right there.
I like the ice cream kiss. We're going to call that ice cream kiss. That's a good romantic moment. What's some other tense moments that we can have? Because we got both, and we actually got a pretty good mix going on. Sand fleece.
I saw that too. I was like, awesome.
I don't know if that worked with ice cream, but it's just funny. Okay. Oh, man. Cone pieces. Love it. Just messing with the freezer is one thing. Yeah, for sure. A trail of cones out to the beach. That's hilarious. Anyway, packaging tampered with. That's fun. We're talking both external tense moments and internal. So this is a great question. Oops. Oh, I just, sorry. You got to grab the right one. You guys are chatting so fast. I got to get the right person. Are we talking external tense moments or internal? I think we're talking about both because some of these things like the power going out, the melted freezer is obviously a tense moment, but it also has impact on her internally, right? The melted freezer is a tense moment, but it strikes at her core fear of failure, right? And of having to go somewhere else, right? So, yeah. I think we want the daughter to be kind of an ally, Dimitri. I would normally like this, but I think we want the daughter to be kind of an ally. And I also think, like, one of the things about stories like this is when it's a steamy romance, usually the plot is a fairly simple one. There's not a lot of try fails. There's not as many try fails in the plot as the fail and make up thing as there would be in a more uh, in a less steamy romance, right? Where the emphasis isn't as much on hot sex. Okay. There need to be tense moments that put them in that direction. But um, I do like Stone thinks she's paranoid. I like that because then that does create some tension there, and she can prove to him that she's right. Okay. And I like the turning off the power. I think we talked about that with the freezer, but we could add that as a separate thing. Power outage turned off. Okay. There could also be something as simple as a break-in. In fact, let's see. We could have a break-in theft. Okay, something along that line, right? Anything that would derail her business, we could go with, right? And X is a vendor delivery person. I don't know. That might work. But yeah, I like that. I like that. And I like how you guys are playing off of each other. That's a great thought, Anne. And I appreciate you guys cooperate with each other. It's pretty good. We've already come up with a bunch of events. So let's start. Should we start putting things in order a little bit? Oh, yeah, that's another way to do it. Whoever does it is turned off as undercover and is discovered via bragging or gossip, maybe from Millie. So actually, that could be a storm is the cover for this, because we could have, along with this, is that would go similarly to that would be the stormy sex scene. There's nothing steamier than sex in the rain on the beach. Am I right? Or maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, I don't know. The toilet overflows. That's not as romantic as the beach. I'm sorry. You missed that. It's not.
They could also be stuck in the sheriff's office or area or jail
Oh,
or
yeah.
for whatever reason during the storm, like it's not safe to travel
yeah.
for her to leave.
On the beach, stuck in office, stuck in the jail area. Maybe he was joking around and locked her in a cell with him, but now they can't get out because the power's off.
I love
That would be kind of fun. Something like that. So yeah, there's all kinds of ways that you could write this that would be really fun. So that is great. That is pretty awesome. Okay. A door gets stuck due to humidity. That happens at the beach all the time. Oh God. Yeah, that'd be one way to have that happen as well. They get caught in the storm in the shop. Oh, in the shop. Ooh, that might be even better. Stuck in the shop. Oh, man. Or stuck in the shop. Okay. We can decide on this as we go. All right. So let's start to put some things in order and start putting them on the romance subplot on the romance plot and on the subplot about the ice cream store. So what is the first scene that happened? What is the ordinary world scene that we want to start with, kind of out of these scenes that we have? Oh, yeah. They'd have to eat all the ice cream.
Lactose intolerant. Well, that would be an uncomfortable.
Oh no, he's lactose intolerant. I just don't think that if he eats the ice cream and he's lactose intolerant, that romance will follow. Something else will likely follow that will not be romance.
Just multiple trips to the toilet, really.
Oh, and Gala, yeah, that actually, yes, that is absolutely part of the story. I mean, it almost has to be. I mean, yeah, it just has to. Anyway, all right.
Yes.
Um, I was seeing dark and candles and melted ice cream. Oh, oh, I love you guys. You guys are fantastic. Okay. All right. So let's put things in ordinary world, paying bills, calculating inventory and orders, looking at needed repairs. That's not bad. Basically, she's in the shop doing some working and the sheriff comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Payson, let's just put that on our I'm just gonna hang on. Just one more thing before we decide the ordinary world. I'm just going to put this on there, and we can use that in a variety of places. Okay. Everybody good with that?
Good place.
Anyway. All right. Anyway. Oh, my goodness. Anyway. Okay. Ordinary world. Okay. I like this. Paying bills, calculating inventory and orders, looking at needed repairs. And that's when the sheriff comes in with his daughter. Everybody good with that? We
Good
kind of
with
got that as a good idea. All right. So brings in his daughter for ice cream. She working. Stone brings in his daughter for ice cream. And she thinks he needs a date and asks Lola out for him. Okay. How about that? We'll just tag Stone, Lola, and the daughter, Frankie, right? Oh, and places we didn't put the ice cream shop. Let's go add that to our setting. We didn't name our town yet, but that's okay. We can
What's
name
the
our
name
town
of the
later.
ice cream shop?
Oh, yeah. What's the name of the ice cream shop? That's a great. Maybe that's where melting comes in. That's a
Melted.
bad name for an ice cream shop,
I
though.
agree. It's not great advertising. Melted.
Yeah.
All the ice cream you can drink.
Yeah. Maybe this is what was Dimitri's name for the book? Uh,
The last lick.
last lick.
Thank you.
I'm thinking. I'm
That's
thinking it's a great ice cream
so
shop name. Uh,
Ah.
cold shoulder smoothies and more. No, we're not going to do twin cones, Kim. But
Cold
thanks for
shoulders.
playing. We have a copy of our home game for you. You can pick that up in the lobby. Anyway. You guys are absolutely fabulous. But this is what we're going with. All
I
right.
love it.
All right. So
love it.
we're going to do that. Let's go back to our timeline. Oh, man. This is way too much fun. You guys are terrible. I mean, you guys are terrible. It has nothing to do with me. Okay. So that's the ordinary world. So we brought that down to the hot romance. Okay. So what is the first kind of the inciting instance? So this is kind of the start of a little bit of the romance. We don't have the first date yet. We'll come to that in just a minute. But what's the inciting incident in the messing with the ice cream? Like what happens in the next scene? Because it has to be a way that somehow pushes Stone and Lola together, at least initially, right? So we want that. So what happens in the next scene? You can pick from the scenes we have, or you can come up with another one. We could have the lick stops here. I don't know about the last lick stops here, but anyway, that'd be great. But anyway, Frozen Fantasies. Oh my God. Maybe Stone brings both mother-in-law and daughter in for ice cream after the first visit to check the papers.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like
That's
that.
not bad because then we get to introduce the mother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe here we go. With mother-in-law. All right. So we're going to stay Stone and Lola, and Millie Sue is going to be here. And there we go. All right. And this is also at the ice cream shop. This seems to be a common location, the last lick. Okay. Anyway, I just had to say that again. It was just sorry about that.
I'm excited about that opening scene because I'm visualizing the mother-in-law as the queen of subtle digs. You know, just
yeah,
you know
subtle
you're being
digs.
insulted, but you can't prove it.
Yeah, I love that. And mother-in-law doesn't like that granddaughter is doing like that granddaughter is setting them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, that would be the interesting part. Um, so let's just say MIL doesn't approve of date. Okay. And okay, MIL protests Frankie setting them up. So what does their first date look like? Where do they go? What's happening? Oh yeah, like that. Oh yeah, I like that, and this is kind of the idea I would use. He's intrigued, brings him as a cover just to see Lola again. Oh, I had to bring my mother-in-law down. I had to check your business license. Oh yeah, too much ice cream. Duck pond for a lunch picnic. Well, they're near the beach, so they probably do a beach picnic. Probably.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. How about a beach picnic? Instead of the duck pond, let's go to the beach picnic. Maybe they can go to the town fair later. They're going to have more than one date, so let's put that down. Actually, hang on just a second here. Let me go. Okay, so scene 3, date, beach picnic. Now, what happens during the picnic that then draws them apart? So maybe this is the time for first kiss and make out, but it is interrupted. What interrupts it that's related to the ice cream store? Ideas.
Maybe that's when the X comes on the scene. Just walk in.
Ooh. Interrupted by sand fleas. They said we'll get the sand fleas in there somehow. This has to do with maybe she gets a phone call about the real estate developer. So, real estate offer. Okay. So, she gets a phone call, tells Stone about it, and he wants to know more about the real estate dude. Also, he suspects his ex, but doesn't say anything. Okay, so is that a good interruption for the picnic? That's that's a pretty minor first hitch in the road, right? Is that pretty good? That's a call because they want to make delivery, but the store is closed and recognize her name in the delivery. That might work. I like the X interrupting though because of the real estate deal. I like to introduce that conflict early. Okay. Everybody like that? All right. Yep, that works. That works. All right, cool. All right. So they're interrupted on their first date. So what happens next? Something has to happen next that has to bring him to the store. So maybe there's some kind of suspicious break-in. Would that work? Does this romance have dual POV? I'm going to say yes at this point. Now, there's a couple different ways you could write it. I'm going to suspect that that's the way I would write it. Okay, I like that. Sorry. Alarm goes off, a suspicious break-in. I kind of like that one. Yeah. So yeah, let's do that. So there's an alarm and suspicious break-in. Okay, that's beautiful. So that brings the sheriff. Okay. Comes to help. And maybe her to his office to file report. And then what could happen really quick is the power outage, followed by something like this. Is that starting to make sense? Kind of come together? That kind of a cause and effect? Drunk beach partiers. Nah, not that one. That's a couple, and she calls him about the break-in. Does Lola live upstairs? No, Lola does not. Well, you know what? She could. Did we say whether she lived upstairs? What do you think, CJ? All right. Okay, Payson, I'm going to give you this. Okay. They go to the office. She brings ice cream for both of them, and the power goes out.
Oh, you didn't hear me. I was going to say that, yes, it works, like having her be above the place.
Okay. All right. So let's do that. She lives above the place. So that would make sense. So is this the first time when because they go with the ice cream, she's filing the report and things get hot and heavy? Is that what happens? And I do like that. We didn't say it, but it offers a lot of opportunities. So I like that she lives upstairs. Oh, and thanks for letting CJ know she was muted. I didn't see her talking because I was typing. So anyway.
I was comparing it to a story that the Pushing Daisies. The guy who is the pie maker and works at the pie hole also lives above the shop. So yeah.
Well, and normally I would agree with you that it's too soon for sex, except that this is a steamy romance.
Yeah.
So some things,
some things need to happen or at least get close to, because at the 50% mark, that's usually where the pacing nails it. That was a poor choice of word. Is really let me try that again. Is usually where the dang it, Troy, you were going to be the one that messed up, not me. That's where the things happen to make it steamy. Is a
the first thing mark. That's where the first thing happens is usually the 50% mark. In this particular case, though, it can happen sooner because it's a steamy romance. So there's more opportunity there. So that's why sometimes steamy romance has an existing relationship or like a bar type of thing. But we could have a steamy close to scene. You're absolutely right, Payson. So this could be an almost. So let's change this just a little bit. We won't have it be the first time. This will be. Okay. So the storm happens, there's, okay. So instead, wrap up power outage. They start, but the lights come on just as, because somebody kind of suggested this, and then I'm just going to leave that part blank. You guys can assume what was happening. So they're interrupted again, basically. So that's actually great because it brings some tension, right? Now she goes back to the store to see what happened after the power outage, and the freezer's broken and the ice cream is ruined. Is that a good next step?
I like it.
Yeah, so many possibilities. Thank you, Payson, for saying it. I'm not going to. Appreciate that. Anyway, and I'm also just going to, let me highlight one other comment. Where did it go? Oh, yeah, that was another one by Payson. Anyway, okay. Anyway, all right. So, okay, so the power's on. You're right over there, CJ. You gonna be okay?
I'm
I
fine.
think if you had better lighting, I think we'd see exactly how red your face is. Okay. Anyway.
That dang Irish skin tone.
Oh,
It,
I'm
it
telling you.
just outs me every time.
I'm telling you. This is rough. This is rough. All right. Um wait. Wrong choice. Oh, I'm
Wrong.
so
Stop.
sorry.
Your
I'm
turn.
so sorry. All
Your
right, what
turn.
happens next? What happens next? Okay, wait. So we didn't put the first date by the first date. Oh yeah, we did. Never mind. So this can kind of move off over here. We don't need that anymore. Um, oh yeah, and here we'll just drop this in here. Yummy. Wait, yummy. Okay. There we go. Okay, we got some other ideas up here. Okay, so the freezer's broken and the ice cream is ruined. Okay, now what happens? Now what happens? She's got to get some more ice cream, right? Oh yeah, and we already talked about that one too, so we can move that over there. Got to move that up there. Okay, so the ice cream's ruined. So what does she do now? What happens? All right. Yeah, I love this. So many things I want to type. So many things I want to type. Just not doing it. Okay. Anyway, yes. Okay, so something happens next, right? She has to get the ice cream back, so they get the freezer fixed, right? So how does that happen? Does the sheriff help her fix the freezer? Oh, now that's a good one too, Dimitri, but it's not happening right now. Thank you for sharing though. I appreciate it. Everybody is in trouble tonight. Anyway, um, okay, so the power outage didn't turn off. Actually, I'm going to move that up here so it's above where the freezer's broken and the ice cream is ruined. So what happens next? Basically, does the sheriff come back and help her fix this, or what happens? How does that work out? Let's throw them together again. Oh yeah, okay. So here's this. Payson's good. So this is a. She is broke. She has to buy more inventory with slow sales. So the property offer looks better. So this might be a good moment for the X to show up and make an offer. The X and the, I'm just going to say real estate broker show up and make an offer. Okay. So how does Stone become involved with this? Oh yeah. See? No power equals warm room. Yes. Okay. All right. Sheriff doing labor with less clothes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like this. She found out her insurance was canceled and he helps her restock. I like the insurance canceled part. Her insurance was canceled due to lost mail. She didn't know she owed money. She didn't know it was happening. I like that. Okay. I like that. Okay. So the sheriff shows up. Restock. And here's about X. Okay. So he hears that about his ex and the real estate developer. Okay. Now, and the mail was stolen by the ex. Yeah, we'll find that. We would find that out a little bit later, like this, right? I think she starts trying to save the ice cream by finding people while he gets the freezer running again. By finding people to give it to. Oh yeah, she gives away free ice cream. I like that idea. That is great. gives away ruined ice cream while he works. So then obviously she says thanks in a special way. Okay. How about
Just
that?
add yummy. Isn't that the placeholder for every?
Yeah, hang on just a second.
All right.
Yeah, let's go over here and we'll just duplicate this scene card.
Excellent.
Yes, and move this over here. Yummy. Okay. So that's what's happening. Everybody good with that? All right, yeah. That's a great scene. And the community can rally around her later. I absolutely love this thought when she needs their help, because obviously we're going to have to come to a solution to this at some point and relatively soon, because we're going to run out of time to create this plot. But yeah, that is fantastic. That is a great scene. Okay. All right. So boom, yummy. Okay. Is this the first time then? Let's just say it's the first time. Okay. And let's add that this is an ice cream kiss, because I like that, right? I think that's a good thing. And we'll say that that's the first time. We gotta steam it up here pretty soon, because we're gonna run out of time here for creating this plot. But also in the plot, by steamy romance readers want some steamy pretty quick. Even if we had the steamy almost, it's time to get down to business. Okay. That's terrible. Can't believe I said that. Okay. More than vanilla Sunday shop. We're still coming up with shop names. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Okay. So fantastic. Fantastic that we added that there. Okay. So now what happens next? Something else. What's the next bad thing that can happen to her at the shop? Because we got to have one more bad thing and then we get to a turning point. Okay. So let's get to a turning point in the story here. You guys are still going on with shop names. You guys are crazy. All right, let's see. What else do we got up here? So what is some of the other sabotage that could happen? We could have the bugs in the ice cream. I'm not sure how effective that is, and I don't know if that escalates things. What do you think, CJ? Is there another problem that can happen?
I think one can, but I think that the escalation, like to the extent of temporarily closing, that needs to happen really close to the Dark Knight All Is Lost moment, where everything is just kind of awful at once. So my thought of escalating that, it wouldn't be like the bugs, or it wouldn't be the insurance person coming quite yet. It may just be an actual run-in with the ex. And a paperwork snafu or something to that effect, because that is serious. We kind of forgot about that ticking clock that we were wanting to incorporate.
Oh yeah, so maybe there's a run-in with Millie and Cheryl, and there's a paperwork mess up. The insurance issue creates a ticking clock. She needs to sell a certain amount of ice cream and make a certain amount of money, or she's going to have to close. Okay. So let's do that. Does that make sense to everybody? Because that gives her another chance. Hey. Boy loses girl, something goes wrong between them. Absolutely. Whatever we pick, we have to pull our couple apart. Absolutely right. So here's what could happen. We could have another steamy scene at the beach, have him run to her, and then have us, let's see, how could we do this, CJ? Could we introduce another steamy scene and then have something happen at the end of it? What do you think about that? What would happen at the end of it?
What if the mother-in-law planted something in his pocket or on his person or in his briefcase that made it seems like he was the one that was tampering with the paperwork or something like that? So she finds something in his possession after they're really close
Or
together.
maybe it's a text from his mom.
There you go. Something, just something that, you know, maybe this could work, maybe this is going to work, but it's more now we're retreating because trust has been broken.
Sends them apart. He's mad she doesn't trust him and looked at his phone. She's mad about MIL interference. How about that? Does that work? Okay. Oh, Gayla has to run. Dang, oh, be sure you watch the replay to see how it ends. Oh,
That's
my
right.
goodness.
Because we
All
don't
right.
know yet how it
Yeah,
ends.
because we don't know yet. And we actually have like 13 minutes. Actually, we have a little bit longer because we actually started a little bit late. So let's give ourselves just a teeny tiny bit of grace. Okay. So, all right. So what happens next? Kind of what's the next cause and effect from this? So he's going to try to, which one of them is going to try to repair it, her or him? Or is it naturally going to happen? Yeah, we have 12 minutes. Our ticking clock. We're going to go over a little bit, though. All right. She initiates fixing it. I like that. Lola goes to the ex to strike a deal. Maybe. Oh, let's see here. She gets ticked and he has to repair. He finds out and gets town to rally and get funds. Okay, well, maybe she.
That
Maybe
sounds
we
like
do
a
get
grand
to this.
gesture, doesn't it? That which would come a little bit later, but just as a grand gesture, he rallies the town to get the funds to help save her ice cream parlor business.
Yeah, temporarily close, maybe, and the X rubs it in his face. Oh, well, let's not say she rubs it in his face. The X lords it over him, rubs it in his face, which is too much. Anyway, CJ, behave yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, this is the grand gesture. So let's do it this way, okay? Because we're moving forward in this. So he decides to rally the town, and they do because of the free ice cream. People are waiting at the door. She opens and gets super busy. Okay. Now, maybe along with that, he jumps behind the counter to help her serve. How about that?
I love it.
Does that work? Okay. Because what we need one more. So we need kind of one more. This is where they come back together, obviously, and we need one more kind of steamy sex thing, right? At least that kind of finishes it off. Everybody like that? Okay. And so then she gets money, right? And so we're going to say in the ice cream shop thing, she tells the developer to, we'll just say go away because I'm going to behave myself. All right.
Take a hike, man.
Take a hike. Take a hike. Get out of here. And then they close the store exhausted with the profit. And then wow, chica, wow, wow. Wait 1 minute. Duplicate this scene card. Very important that we do this.
Sorry, did you just title that "Bow Chicka Wow Wow" and you didn't do the sound effects that go with it?
I did not do the sound effects. I was waiting for you to do them. I was waiting for you to do them.
There you go.
Okay. Does everybody like this? Oh, he takes her out on the boat. That would be good. Takes her out on a boat. Yeah. That'd be cool. Out on the boat. So that's a good way that's a good scene building thing.
Mm-hmm.
Takes her out on the boat. On the boat at night. Yummy. Okay. We'll just add that in there just because we can. Okay. Does everybody like this? There's some other things. Oh, the police boat. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's probably like, no, not boat sabotage. No. We're done with the sabotage. We got the police boat out there. Yeah, there's probably handcuffs on there and stuff as far as I know. I don't know. Anyway, and yes, this is the final. Yummy. Okay. And so then we're going to see them. We'll have probably a brief denouement here. And this will be the happily for now. Maybe happily ever after. It's unlikely we would make this into a series, I would think, unless you guys have different ideas, right? So anything we missed in notes and places and things like that we should add to this? He Lord. Yeah, who said police boat? I don't know. Did Dimitri say police boat? Oh no, that was Payson. Payson seems to be our resident troublemaker. I mean, helper. How did the story start? We should have it come full circle. Oh, but now maybe you're right about that. Maybe it shows them in the ice cream shop. Yeah, maybe it shows them maybe the final scene is in the ice cream shop, and maybe he comes in with his daughter Frankie. She runs to hug Lola, and then he joins them and kisses her. How about that as a closing scene? That brings it full circle because the daughter comes in at the same time. Mm-hmm. Everybody good with that?
And maybe the daughter can make a little joke about how she knows a guy that that Lola could date.
Oh.
The guy comes in, and then her dad comes in and kisses Lola.
And kisses Lola.
All over the place.
All over the place. Another ice cream kiss, maybe. The daughter's birthday party in the ice cream shop. That would be a way to do it as well. We could have a birthday party or something like that. Okay. That's really great. Okay. I love that. You guys love this. We just now notice. Okay. I just want to point some things out here, and that we did not do full character development on these characters. In fact, we probably have some side characters to introduce. We were actually going to write this. But how many of you agree that we pretty quickly went from a bunch of ideas, which we didn't even use all of, although we did use this one, we can move that. Oh, well, anyway, doesn't matter. Now that we're done, we literally created a plot, right? Is this a complete plot? Is this a story that you could write? Yeah. This is a story you could write. And I love this. Lori, okay, because first of all, I want to make some announcements to you guys that are happening right now. CJ, do you have that link handy for Plottr Education? If not, let me grab it really quick.
You might grab it before I grab it, but I'll go look for it.
Let's see if we can. Yeah, I've got it somewhere here, but okay, so we want to share a link with you. First of all, we've got a big sale going on. You might have seen it. If you're not a part of education already, let's see here. Here we go. I think I got it, CJ.
Okay.
If you're not a part of the Plottr Education thing already, we have a sale going on right now. So I put the link in our documentation that there's a 20% off code. Do you know what the 20% off code is, CJ? But let me just tell you that there is oh shoot, let me pull
It's
up the
summer
thing.
sale 2024. I keep trying to put
Summer
comments
sale.
in here, but I don't have access to comments.
Summer sale 2024. Now, what that means, we have a vault, an education vault, which you get access to with education, along with some free courses and stuff like that. There's 4 Plot Unlocked movie analysis in there, mastering outlining fundamentals, detailed guide to 3-act structure, a comprehensive mystery and thriller workshop, and then bonus webinars by a host of great speakers, including my conversation that I had with Johnny. Oh gosh, now his name went out of my head. But anyway, we talked about the craftsman author. Okay,
Johnny Truant.
Johnny Truant, and we talked about the craftsman author and all the different things like that. But so that's one announcement. Okay, that's only one announcement. Okay, and can you put in that summer sale 2024 in the chat, CJ?
Well, I've tried to, and it won't let. Oh, hold on. Maybe if I connect to YouTube, it'll let me.
Oh, summer 2024.
Yep.
Is that what it is? Okay. All right. I'll put it in the chat really quick. Okay. But Lori, so you say let's write and publish it. So let me tell you guys something that's happening that you may or may not know about if you were not last week at our Fundamentals of Outlining workshop. CJ and I outlined a plot during that event, and then we are writing it. And it is, oh, and you can now chat. Awesome. And we actually, so you can grab the pre-order link for that as well, if you can really quick. But anyway, so we not only agreed to write the story, but we were very brave and we put up a pre-order already, even though the story is not written. And so that book will come out January 25th, 2025. Well, so of course we have to write the book. Okay, so we're writing it, we're calling it a Plottr Workshop Story. So I will tell you guys that if you want the copy of this project and you want to write it, somebody wants to write it, then let us know. Okay. And we will, if we love it and you love the idea, we will talk to you about authorizing you to use the Plottr Workshop Story on the title of your book. And we will showcase it on our website and in our community. So if you ever come across things that you want to write that we create in these type of workshops, and you want the file and you say, I really actually do want to write that, then go and do it. Okay. And let us know. Okay. Yeah, Dimitri, if you do it, yeah. And the link won't post.
It didn't like me. It might like you, but when I tried to post it, it said comment has failed to post.
Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on just 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. Chat among yourselves. CJ, chat with these people.
All right, I will chat with you.
Go. Let's see
what
here.
were we chatting about? Oh, this Plottr file. You can use it and you can write your own version. And then if you decide to publish it, you must tell us, because we want to see. Here's the thing about outlines like this. You can all work within this framework, and every single one of you is going to give us a different story. And it would be marvelous to actually read all of the different books that you write based on this file and to see you guys publish them. It would be very, very cool. Oh, it worked. Good job, Troy.
It worked. It worked. So this is the pre-order to our book. Within a week, we decided on Tuesday that we were going to do this. Within a week, basically we created, and where do you find the Plottr files? Email support@plottr.com, or maybe we'll drop this in the event in Mighty. Let me see if I can do that once we're done here. I'll see if we can drop it in the event in Mighty, or email support@plottr.com. We'll be sure they have the file to send to you. And then you can, obviously, you're going to need to modify this file. You can change the names, you can change the circumstances and events, however you want. But if you want to write something like this, please let us know. We'd be happy to authorize. You can publish it on your own platform. You don't have to publish it with us or whatever. But let us take a look at it. And if you do a great job, and we're very proud of you for doing that, then we will let you call this a Plottr Workshop Story. similar to the subtitle we have on Unreadable. Okay. So which we're writing right now. And if you followed us that we're going to write that, and we started last week writing it, on Monday, we will be posting an update on our YouTube channel of where we are, the tools that we're using to collaborate, and how that's working for us. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Watch our YouTube channel on Monday. We'll also probably share that in the Mighty Networks community that we have as well. But we will share with you our progress on the book that we're writing. We'll probably create a group on. We can probably create a group in our network specifically to follow along with Unreadable as we do it. So, and I like this. I'm an author of Small Town Romance, so this is up my alley. Lori, do it.
Perfect.
Do it. Keep us posted too. If you do it, keep us posted on what you're doing. It's really exciting. Like I say, each of you guys could take this Plottr file. All of you could take it and you'd come up with different stories. Okay. So if you do it, I'm going to be exceptionally proud of you. I can tell you that right now. I'm going to share it all over the world that you guys did this. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. With that, we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast. Remember our sale that's going on right now if you're watching this live, and the Plottr Vault, and all the great things that are in that vault that you can get with your education subscription. You also have an AI search in there that is actually really cool. So look at Plottr for a demo of the vault on our YouTube channel, and you'll see that you can search for a specific topic and it'll take you right to the exact spots in the video for where the information you're looking for. Okay. And maybe a couple of you can team up and co-write this or something like that. So you guys just keep us posted about how that works for all of you. All right. Well, thanks everyone for being here. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. It's really great to have you join us for these events. We're glad that we could get our technical issues fixed and that we could create a plot on the spot in 90 minutes. Thanks guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.